Hello, yearbook people. This is just a little tutorial to get you up and running and started on your first practice yearbook page. Excuse me if I ramble a little bit. You will have your lovely editors to help you with any questions you might have, and I'll be right with you in a moment. Your job number is 6963. You're going to be given a username and a password by the editors, so just don't forget that. If it's written down on a piece of paper, make sure you put it somewhere very safe so that nobody gets a hold of it. Once you put all that information in, you're going to click on Let's Go. Here's your home page for the yearbook. As I said, things might look a little bit different because I am the advisor, so I have more on my page than you do. But as I said before in the introduction, everything is in the menus, and what you have to do is you have to learn where it is. So you have to imagine, gee, can I do something? Most likely you will be able to do it. It's just a matter of finding where that option is in the menu. Here are menus on the left-hand side, and then there are menus on the right. You are going to be going back and forth between Plan and Create. In Create and in Plan, you have both a page ladder. I'm going to show you the page ladder. This is like taking all of the pages out of a book and laying them on the floor. Once you are given a page to edit or practice on, you'll go to your page ladder and you'll scroll and you will find that page that you were assigned. Very important that you only work on your page and you never touch anybody else's page unless you're told to do so by me. Otherwise, we could have some people who've worked very hard on something and then somebody goes in and changes it, and that's not nice. Only work on your page. So practicing, you're told to go to page 8. You will click on page 8. And if you get this little warning, you want to just update it and allow. Update things. And if you have any questions, come to me and I will help you. And it's not cooperating with me. Let's see what happens. Run this time. Okay, so this is what your page will look like when you open it up. One of the things that I want to have everybody do to make sure that there's no problems is on your menu, you have the word View. I want everybody to click on View, and I want you to scroll down so that you get the page that you were assigned. And that would be either the left page or the right page, but make sure you know what page number you're on. So I'm just going to say for arguments, I'm on page 8. That's the left page. I'm going to click on this. And now it gives me this one page that I can work on without making a mistake and using somebody else's page. They're very small, and as I said in introduction, that you want to have those grid lines because those are going to help you line things up and make them evenly distributed on the page. To make it a little bigger, again, in the menus on the top right is your fit. When you click on that arrow, you will scroll down and make it a little bit bigger. Each number makes it a different size. That's if you really want to zoom in. I like to work at 100% or at 125 because I could still see things, but it's not difficult for me to scroll up and down. Menus up top, you have your File, Edit, View, Arrange, and Go To. This is super important. This is your Save button. Everybody should be saving every couple of minutes because sometimes we have a kid that'll knock into a computer and shut them all down, and then all of the work that you have created is not saved. And oh, that is a pain. So everybody should be saving every couple of minutes. I love this undo button and redo button. Spelling check. This is to put a picture in. This is text. This is shapes. And you see there are drop-down arrows. We use these very rarely because the pictures don't look nice in those. This is different text boxes you can add. And this is different shapes that you can add. We're going to be sticking with this just to start with. Along the right-hand side, again, these arrows are so you can go back and forth to pages if you're using different pages. And now we have a lot of menus here. So we have the page button. That gives you the ladder, and you can look at the different pages that have been worked on. These are interesting. These are templates, and I'm going to talk to you more about the different options that you have here. So many. These are pre-made pages, and they're so much easier than starting from scratch. So you have all of these different ones to go through. This is what you're going to be focusing on for the first couple of weeks to really understand the options available. Then you have images. And we will be adding images as the weeks go on. I have already added some. You see here your fall sports images. And certain images are only to be used for certain pages. So these images are going to be only for the fall sports page. But then I have another folder here that I'm going to assign somebody to sort these photos. These are tons of pictures that have already been taken. And you see this is not enough to fill a whole yearbook. But we can play around with these. These are other ones. Love the clip art. We use these but very rarely, but you could take a look and see the different ones that are available to play around with. Backgrounds. Backgrounds go in last because you want to use the grid to help you align certain things so that they're even. So I want to just take an activity. I'm going to take a picture from photos to be sorted. I like him. That's a great shot, or that's her, I should say. And then I'm going to go back down to clip art. I'm going to go to background. And this is a new one, but this looks a little elementary, but it's kind of cute. And now I can work this, make it bigger. This is just playing around. I want to crop her, so I double click on her, double click. And you see now I can move this around, or I can use this magnifying glass, recenter her, and then I can make it a different shape. This is basically what you're going to be doing for the first week or so to play around with it. So that's your images. I'm going to go down to format, and this is really where you have to understand and play around. This is where you play around with the images and the words. So you see I don't have a lot available, but the minute you click on the picture in the center, I can flip, I can rotate, I can turn it. I want to get rid of this background, so I'm going to click on it, and you're going to notice there's a yellow border around there, and then I'm going to just hit my delete button. I'm going to move her here. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. And now magnify the image. Click on the image again. I can change the transparency. Make it more faded. I can change the tint. I could put things in the front and the back. I'm going to put a stroke around it so that you have a nice black bold line. I want to make it so I can see the picture. There we go. I'm going to get another picture. And you see how I'm playing around? This is how you learn to do the yearbook, is playing around, learning the menus, playing with things, making mistakes. I want to change the color. I want to make it purple. Ooh, I love that. All right. Oop, I clicked off of it. There you go. Click on. And now watch this. I can change the arrangement. So right now this one is on top of this one. I want to put it in the back. Whoops, wrong one. There you go. I don't like that. Change it. And let me see if I flip it. Oh, look at that. Fun. All right, I can change the shape of it. All right. I can make it a background. Look at that. All right. So, I think 10 minutes is more than enough time for me to talk to you. What you're going to do now is You're going to get your page number and you're going to start playing and experimenting. And please go to your editors for questions and ask Miss Metz as well. All right, guys.